Now, now there's something she said about the goal, which is very, very important. I want you. Just where she is very small. She wants to own a big fashion house. She doesn't have it now, right? But your goal should be bigger than where you are now. And your goal should frighten you a bit. So if your goal is not big enough to frighten you, it's not big enough. Okay? So your goal should be challenging you. So you don't fix your goal around what you have now. Okay? It's just like, okay, your mother has pounded fufu. The fufu is on the table. And say, what's your goal? My goal is to eat the fufu. That's not a goal. Okay? All right, we'll talk a bit more about that. Who else wants to share? I see 2 hands here. Okay. Between the two of you, choose. I should choose him. This guy is selfless. Wouldn't you know why? Yes. What's the name? Madak. What? Madak? Yeah. Hey, where's that name from? Eh? Not the name. Madak. Okay. Madak, go on.
All right. A value that defines me is perseverance.
Perseverance. Good.
And then a skill is creativity.
Creativity. We have a lot of creative people here. Yes.
Then a goal I'm working towards is to attain some freedom.
To attain freedom. Are you a slave now? Okay. Freedom from what? No, listen, I mean, you saw somebody was colorless. When he defined the color, when he defined the colorless, we understood. So let's Madak define his freedom, and then we understand. Where's the freedom?
So as a creativity person, I want to work hard so that I can leverage my skills, so that I can attain some freedom that I will not be working under people. I want to
Okay, so you
establish myself.
establish yourself. Okay, so you are close to. Good. What gives you joy? Honesty. Okay. Honesty gives him joy. Great. All right. All right. We'll take Precious from here, and then we'll go on. But you'll have time to share. If we had a lot of time, in fact, we can spend the whole day on this so that you can refine your values, you can refine your skills. And sometimes when I have a class, I tell people to write your 100 best qualities. Because if you're going to lead yourself, you have to know yourself, right? And knowing your qualities help you to have self-confidence. Because some of us, we don't have confidence in ourselves. But when you sit down and you look at all the qualities God has given you, so, Precious.
Yes, so my value is I'm open-minded.
Open-mindedness, yes.
And then my skills, communication, I like to talk.
Communication, great.
And collaboration, I like to lead.
Great.
And then my goal is to climb the legal ladder to the top.
Hey, Charlie, the legal ladder. Wow.
And then something that puts me joy is learning and exploring. And when I do something that challenged myself.
Wonderful. All right. Clap for all of you. Now, as I said, we can spend a lot of time, but you people say we should close at 2, so we'll continue. All right. Now, this exercise you have done, I want you to go back and sit back and refine it. Because what you are doing here is you are setting your own personal vision and mission for yourself. This, if you set your goals and you know your values, you know the skills you have, you know the things that give you joy. The things that give you joy should relate to your skills. So if the things that give you joy has nothing to do with your skills, there can be a disconnect, because that is where the intersection of the two is where passion is. Then it gives you energy to push towards the goal. Okay? And as you are moving towards your goal, the foundation of that goal is your values. Values are very critical. All right? Next slide. Self-leadership is about influencing ourselves, creating the self-motivation and self-direction we need to accomplish what we want to accomplish. It's influencing yourself. Okay? And it means creating the self-motivation. Nobody has to tell you to do it. You have to study. If somebody has to beat you to study, that's not self-leadership. Somebody is pushing you. Okay? You need to be able to motivate yourself, with or without. Okay? And create the self-direction. You have to know where you are going. There are many of us who have no direction in life. We don't know where we are going. So when I say, what is the goal you are working on? You need to set a goal. You need to set a direction for yourself. So that direction has to be motivated by the things that you love to do. Okay? So that you can accomplish what you want to accomplish. Motivating yourself so that you can go to where you yourself decide to go in life, we are talking about. All right? Next slide. All right. So, self-leadership is taking responsibility for your own growth and development. She talks about personal development. Take responsibility. This school has created an environment for you. Lecturers will come. We can't tell you everything. But you can go back and read more about leadership. You take responsibility for your own development. The things that you're learning here, the teachers will give you a bit, but you can go and do more about that. It also means developing character and integrity. Because we've seen integrity as a core input for leadership. Because if you're going to lead people, you have to be honest day and night. All right? It also requires self-discipline and self-regulation. Okay? You have to decide that I am going off TikTok. Or I go on TikTok 1 hour every day at this point in time. I check my socials at this point. I wake up, I read one book or one chapter. In the afternoon when I'm a bit tired, that's when I'll go to the social media. You discipline yourself. To avoid distractions, I put off the notification so that I can concentrate on my reading for 3 hours. The first 3 hours of my day, this is what I'm going to focus on. It requires discipline. Self-regulation, I believe I saw that you were talking about emotional intelligence. Your emotions, your ability to control your emotions is very, very important. Somebody says something, and then you feel angered. If you're not careful, you don't control that emotion, you can say something or do something, and then it can create more problems for you. So, self-regulation. Then aligning your priorities. Self-regulation means, or self-leadership means you have to know what is important at what point in time in your life. So, your priorities. If you have 1 year to focus on this course, focus on it, finish it. Very, very important. If you cannot align your priorities with your goals, with your values, you cannot develop yourself. You cannot create character that people will see and respect. Because you are developing your influence. By building these things, you are developing your influence. People see you. When you come and stand and talk, you have done the secret thing. Jesus said, go into your closet. Build yourself. So when you come and talk, already you've done the homework. And people will say, wow, but we're in a class with Precious. Since when did she become so smart and intelligent? Where did she learn all these things? It's because she was disciplined enough to align her priorities and spend the time that she needs to work, self-develop on her own growth. Nobody will grow for you. You have to look for resources to help you build. And also developing positive attitude. All right? So self-leadership is about constantly developing your inner game of intention, self-awareness, self-confidence, self-efficacy to achieve your personal mastery. There are a lot of big words there. But simply, self-leadership is your inner being, developing your inner person, your emotion, your character, your intentions. You have to know yourself to grow yourself. If you don't know yourself, you can't grow yourself. Does that make sense? So you have to know yourself. Sometimes you have qualities that you are not aware of. But once you know yourself, and there are tools to help you to know yourself. Okay, we'll mention a few of them shortly. But then once you know yourself, you know that these are my strengths, these are my weaknesses. I have to work on that. I have to use these tools to do it. You know your skills. Knowing yourself means you know your skills. You know the work you can do and the work you cannot do. Okay? So if you know that your neck is not strong and people are carrying cocoa, you say you are broke, so you're also going to carry cocoa. You cannot be a kaya because your neck is not strong to carry that load. So you don't go and do that. But you know that you can sing. So know yourself so you can position yourself where you are supposed to be. All right? And we talk about self-confidence and self-belief. You have to intentionally develop your confidence in yourself. Not about what people say, not about arrogance, but believing in yourself that you're capable, you are a human being, that God has created and invested in you some qualities that you can use to transform certain things. We are all co-creators with God. God created us in His image. Okay? Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. You can make it. The whites are not different. It's just that we sometimes have just sold ourselves cheap. We don't believe in ourselves and what we can do. That's why our leaders go and sit down and sign contracts. They don't even read it. Because you say a white man has read it. So what should I do? We need you guys to come and change this country. So believe in yourself, okay? So that you can develop personal mastery in whichever area you want. You see? Are we making sense? Yes. All right. Next slide, let's see. Okay, and it starts with, who am I? And that's what we are trying to do. Who are you? Who are you is not just your name. It's all about your history. Next slide. It's all about where you have come from. Now, if I tell you my story, the full story, you know where I have come from. I started telling you, and it's true. I grew up in a village. My father and mother were farmers. You wake up in the morning, you sweep the compound. We're 8 of us, 7 boys. The last one was a girl. My mother wanted a girl. She had to give a chicken to my father to be able to get a girl. Okay? I was the firstborn. So, you wake up in the morning, you sweep the compound, you go to the stream side, fetch some water, come and cook Bode ampesie, you know bode ampesie? Cook, eat some of it, wrap some of it in a bowl with my mother's headscarf, because I'm going to walk 7 kilometers and it's hill. And if you don't hold your bowl well, that's your lunch. You fall down on the road, scatter. All right? So that kind of life, where I have come from, has formed who I am. When I was in the university, I'll go to the quarry to be mate in a tipper truck. With a friend who had a tipper truck, I was a mate. Hey, chalk. You chalk. Take sand from that place, Malam and all those Ablekum area were bush. That's where we went to. The truck will go collect the sand. Know who you are and where you are coming from. And that builds you. And everywhere you have come from, don't look down upon it. It's great because it's built something in you. It's only when you underestimate it and you hide it. Everywhere I go, I tell my story. Some of you who are that Abbas, me, Ejaba, I still speak to people from Achimota and Peters and this thing. My school is not on the map. You see what I mean? The most important thing is that you can make a difference. You can change your life. Know where you are coming, but also know where you are going. If you don't know where you are going, like Alice in the Wonderland when he met the cat, and he says, where is this road going, leading to? Where is that road leading? He's asking the cat. The cat says, Alice, where are you going? He says, I don't know. He said, well, if you don't know where you are going, then any road will take you there. So don't disturb me. Just take any of the roads because you don't know where you are going. Now, in life, if you don't know where you are going, and that's why I'm asking you, what is a goal you are working on? Do you understand? You have to know where you are going. You have to have a clarity. It may not be that clear, but at least you have to have an idea of who you want to become. Very, very important. It can change along the line depending upon how things happen. But by all means, keep a focus. Don't worry about how to get there too much. Just know where you are going. All right? Next slide. Okay. Let's see this short video, right? So that is just a short video on self-awareness. And I said we'll show you some of the tools that you can use, all right? Because of time, we wouldn't discuss the video. But the important thing is that knowing who you are, your strengths and your weaknesses is very important for your personal growth, for how you relate to other people, how to achieve your goals, how to do better at work. Now, if you want to know yourself, there are a few things you can do, like what we have done, reflection. Spend time reflecting on your life and asking yourself why you behave the way you behave, what are your motives, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses. Take time and write them down. Okay? You need to reflect on your life consciously, intentionally. Don't just go through life like that. When somebody does something and it upsets you, sit back and say, why did this upset me? Why was this upsetting me? Well, everybody was laughing, but you were upset. Why? There must be a reason. And only you will know. Okay? Then there are different tools that you can use to also know a bit about yourself, okay? There are scientific tools. There are a number of tools, okay? If you go online, you'll find something like a free DISC personality assessments. There are personality assessment, personality tests that you can do. Some of them are free online, some of them you can pay. There are many of them that are used that you can look at. You can even look at your zodiac personality. Says a lot about you. Okay? If you're a Capricorn, if you're an Aquarius, if you are Gemini, if you have they have, if you read about it, you'll find that there's 60-70% of who you are is there, determined by your date of birth. Okay? So all those are tools. There's things like numerology. You can use your date of birth to calculate your number. They call it the path. And then you read about it. Then feedback. Feedback from others. It's very, very important to ask your friend, what do you think about me? What do you see? What do I do well? Please tell me, which areas do you think I have to work on? What do you think, what are my issues? Feel free. And there's something called 360 at the workplace. Ask people who are older than you, people who are on the same level, people who are below you. Feel free and ask them. Say something about me. Give me a feedback on my life. The things I do well, the things I don't do well. What can I improve? Feedback. Then we call it something personal SWOT. SWOT simply means strength, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Okay? So you do a personal SWOT. In businesses, in organizations, when they're doing strategy, they do a SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis, they look at the company's strengths, the company's weaknesses, the opportunities in the market, and the things that can threaten them. Threat like Donald Trump has increased tariff. Every boardroom is discussing it. How will it affect you? Those are threats, and opportunities are external. Strength and weaknesses are internal to you. The strength are what is inside you. Your weakness is what is inside you. Opportunities are outside, things that are going around you that you can take advantage of to do things. And threats are things outside that can hurt you. Okay? So you sit down and you do that analysis. It will help you. Then, as you think about all these things, you have to ask yourself, what is my why? What is my purpose in life? Why am I doing the things why do I do the things I do? Why do I want to go there? Why do I want to have that big factory? That shop that you want to have? Why? Why do you want to be free? What is your why? What is your purpose? Why are you here? Knowing your why, knowing your purpose changes the way you do things. I've told you where I've come from, and I haven't told you the full story. But when I tell you the full story, you understand why my whole purpose in life is to help people awaken the giants within them. Because I believe that everybody, no matter where you came from, there is some giant, there's something within you. God has implanted something within you. My job is to help you see that thing. Wake up that giant, help you. So when I'm doing things like this, when I'm teaching, when I'm talking to people, when I'm advising people, helping people, that's what gives me life, because I'm in my elements. Because I know where I've come from, and I didn't have that. So I don't want anybody I meet to miss it. The little that I can do to help you to see that you are somebody and you can become even more somebody. That's my objective. That's my why. When you know why you are doing something, the way you do it is different. But if you don't know why you are doing it, I mean, they say if you say we should do it, I mean, they are bre. I mean, be. Oh, okay, no. But let's watch this video, and then we'll go for break. All right. So if you know your why, if you know why you are doing something, you know, the what becomes more impactful. It becomes more joyous. Okay? Because you know why you are doing it. All right? So know your why. Everything you are doing, know why you are doing it. And that will give you more energy. But if you don't know why you are doing it and you're just following others because others are doing it, then you're not living your purpose. Okay? Next slide. All right? So, knowing yourself, And leading yourself requires you to have a personal development plan. In businesses, they have a business plan. You've been taught to do a business plan for whatever you're doing. But you need a personal development plan. And the personal development plan is, how do I get to my goal? So when you set your goal, you have to have a plan to get there. Next. All right? Now, part of your personal development plan, you would have different things. It may include some training that you want to have, okay? Training is simply a process of passing knowledge to you. You may also need mentors, mentoring. Mentoring is where you know somebody who has achieved what you want to achieve, and you go and sit under his feet and learn. He will tell you how he did it. That is mentoring. He will support you with his experience so that you can also get there. He's walked the path. So you want to climb the legal ladder, go and look for the lawyers who have attained that one. And then you go and ask them, how did you do it? I hear it's difficult to pass the bar exams or the Ghana Law School exams. How did you pass it? Then he will show you how to do it. That's mentoring. And in the technical areas, you may need consulting. When you have some consultant is somebody who can just come and help you fix something. We joke that a consultant is somebody who takes your watch and tell you the time. Okay, so he comes into your business and look for the problem and help you to solve it, fix it. That's consulting. It's different from the others. Then we have coaching. Having somebody who will help you to reflect on your way forward, where you want to go. Counseling is looking backwards to heal the past. Coaching is looking forward and where you want to go. Somebody who will be on your side, reason with you, ask you questions, challenge you, encourage you to go forward. All right? Coaching is different from mentoring. A mentor is somebody who has achieved it. He's a lawyer, he's an accountant. You also want to be a lawyer or an accountant. But a coach doesn't have to be an accountant. You want to be an accountant, you have a coach who can help you to think through the steps on the way forward. So you have to develop a personal development plan, and what you're going to do every day, what you're going to do every week, what you're going to do every month, what you're going to do every year. You set your goals. Goals should include SMART. Your goals must be SMART. S is it must be simple. M, it must be measurable. A, it must be attainable. R, it must be relevant. And T, it must be time bound. Now, when you are setting a goal, that goal should not be complex. It should not be complicated. It should be very, very simple, something that you can remember easily. Okay? And it should be something that you can measure. Okay? And it should be something you can attain. It should not be wild, like, I want to be the Queen of England. It means you have to die and come back again. Okay? With white skin or something. The goal must be relevant to the overall objective you are trying to achieve. And when we say it must be time bound, you must give yourself a time. So let me give you an example. So with your personal development, you can say, I want to read one book every month. Is it simple? Yeah, can you measure? Yeah, you can measure. How can you measure it? Every day you can read maybe one page. Okay. Well, at the end of every month, you will know if you have read one book or not. So it's measurable. It's very, very easy. Is it attainable to read a book a month? Yeah. If you take the book, if it is 10 chapters or 30 pages or 300 pages, and you want to read every month 3 pages, every day 3 pages, by the end of the month you have read the 300 pages of a book of 300. So every month you should be able to read one book. Is that too difficult? It's attainable. Is it relevant to your personal growth? Yes. Is it time bound? It's 1 month. So that's simple. Okay? Very, very simple. Okay, I want to lose 5 kilos every month. That's also simple. But if you say, oh, I want to lose weight. I want to lose weight. If you say you want to lose weight, well, it's simple. But is it measurable? No. Attainable. We don't even know what you want to lose, so we don't know whether you can attain it or not. Okay? Relevant, yes, maybe, but relevant to what? Time bound? When are we going to check? We don't know. So when you are doing your goals, be clear. Let it be simple. Let it be measurable. That way, if you cannot measure it, you cannot improve it. So if, for example, you say you want to read 1 book a month, and at the end of the month, you are not able to read 1 book, you know that you have to do something. Because you could not read 1 book, now you can improve it. You can say, okay, so since January, I didn't finish 1 book. In February, I have to finish 1.5 books. So you can improve. Okay? So goals must be simple, they must be measurable, they must be relevant, and they must be time bound. Is that okay? A few words here that can also you can capture to help you about self-leadership. These are competencies where you are self-aware. You have to be able to motivate yourself. You have to be able to take decisions that concern you. You need discipline, okay? You have to be willing to receive feedback. There are some of us, we don't like feedback. Everybody can see that where you are going is wrong, but you don't want to hear. Sometimes, when you're doing something, you yourself, you don't know that it is wrong. It takes others. So if everybody is saying that, you are too loud, you are too loud, you are too loud. Everybody says you are too loud. Then maybe you are too loud. If they say I talk too much, so maybe I should watch what I say, when I say, how I say it, how much I say it, and also moderate. I mean, when I was a student, I'm always asking questions. I'm always, before the lecturer, I'm talking, and sometimes my mates will say, oh, Sam, you too, bring your hand down. So sometimes when I'm going to school, I will decide that today, I'm not talking in that class. I'm not talking. Then I go. Then a few minutes into the class, after the class, they were coming. Sam, what's wrong with you? Today you didn't talk. You people say I talk too much. You see, so you have to weigh things and decide what you want to do. But you have to receive feedback. You need to be dedicated, perseverance. We talk about self-regulation, accountability. Accountability is very important, getting somebody to check on you. You say you want to lose weight. Okay. So your friend, that is by you. See, when I'm eating the kenke, check me. Right? Then planning and goal setting is very important. All right. We've done a little exercise about goal setting. So these are some of the things that you need to lead yourself well. The reason I'm spending a lot of time on this is that if you cannot lead yourself well, you can't lead others. And we have a lot of people who are half-baked leaders who are leading us, and they are causing problems for us. Set goals. Know your why you are here, and develop yourself towards that. And when you have arrived, and we see you, we'll make you a president of Ghana. And we know that you understand that you are here for us. And you will help us. Because you've done it for yourself. You know how to help us. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. Okay. Questions?
So please, my question is,
Yes.
through what you have settled in your house and your child are doing, as a leader, as you are leading a group of people, like
Okay. So what you are asking is, you grow, you encourage others, and they grow. Can you leave your position for them to come and take over? Of course. You know, one of the problems we have in Africa is that people build businesses and they don't develop people to take it over. And when they die, the business dies with them. Do you know? That's a big problem. So yes, if you're a leader, your leadership is determined, your true leadership is determined by your succession. If you leave the job and the company collapses, you are not a good leader. You must be able to develop people to take over from you. That is what good leadership is about. So, unless you don't want to move to do something else, if you don't have anything else to do, then you stay there forever. Yes. Moses.
Yeah, I think that when we look at leadership only in political scene,
Leadership what?
only in the political scene. Leadership,
You are talking about leadership in the political scene.
what I want to add to what you said is even if you build business and there's a point in time when you have to partner. And you partner with somebody who can do better than you are doing. You should give way. If your company has to be changed, and that will make you more money. If by yourself you are making 1 million, and joining hands with others will give you 10 million at the comfort of your business, you allow that to happen.
Yeah.
But if you say, hey, in my business, I will lose my business today, to who?
Yeah.
And you are not taking right.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. That's true. You should, she talked about collaboration. We need to pull together. One is too small and normal to achieve significance. You can achieve success, you can do some things. But if you really want to achieve something significant, one is too small. You alone, you are too small. You need others. You need others. So work with people. You can't say you don't trust people. Trust, yes, there may be, but open your eyes. Quand même. Okay?